in theory, I should be able to get through the end of this game pretty soon. So, very quick recap of what happened in the last part of this, but we're really getting so deep into this game that it's kind of hard to do at this point. So, yesterday, oh my god, so much happened. We went to Shadow Moses. We found out that nanomachines were responsible for everything. Naomi had developed all of these different nanomachines for stuff. She, one of the reasons that her nanomachines were even invented in the first place was because she was a cancer sufferer. She managed to suppress the effects of the cancer. That in turn led to someone else taking that technology and creating Vamp. That's how Vamp exists. We used a syringe on Vamp, made him mortal, and then killed him. She used a syringe on herself, made herself mortal and killed herself, basically. She sort of had a little bit of, I don't know. Then we jumped in Rex and ran away. Liquid Ocelot had taken the railgun from Rex and had installed it on Outer Haven, and he basically had created this place called Outer Haven, which is housing the AI that the Patriots are controlling the world with. Liquid pretty much is about to completely overtake the entire planet and enslave everyone based on the fact that everyone has nanomachines in them. All the weapons in the world are ID tagged, and he can take full control of the system, which legitimately owns the world. He's going to become his own personal fucking Skynet, and with him in control of the entire system, calling all the shots, we decided to scramble and put a crew together. Mei Ling, Meryl, Mei Ling on an old World War II ship, I think, the Missouri, which is outside of the nanomachine, all this new technology control. Meryl, Snake, and Johnny are launched onto the Outer Haven thing here, and we ran in. We ended up dealing with the Psycho Mantis clone in this, Screaming Mantis, and Meryl we leave behind to deal with the rest of the frogs. We've run into here. Oh, and Raiden got fucking absolutely obliterated by a ship. Raiden helped us out, saved Snake from being killed, but got fucked up. And F's in the chat. Don't you dare afterthought him. Sorry, I forgot about such a prominent thing. My brain is on spoiler mode, so I've spent this entire thing just weaving in and out of spoilers, and I can't. It's really hard for me to just be launching spoilers out, even now that we're at the end and they're not spoilers anymore. Phoebe just started watching the Metal Gear Solid 3 playthrough because she's become obsessed, and the difference between me playing that and me playing this one is insane, because I can't say anything about Metal Gear Solid 3. I just have to just run through the game like da 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 da, and I can't talk about it. You know? Even my recaps had nothing, because I was unable to talk about the game because it's all spoilers. Anyway. Here we are. At the end of the game. This really is probably going to be the last stream, but it doesn't mean that it's not like we're near the end. There's still plenty to get done. Oh, I didn't even know you could do this. What? Alright. Let's go.
Enough is enough, Snake. You can't take any more of it. It's not about winning or losing.
Snake. So old. So old and lovely.
tongues of dying men enforce attention like ping pong where words are spent. They are seldom spent with faith.
Why don't we get somebody else?
Thinking of his friends.
Got nothing to lose. You were the lightning in that day. I can still shine through the darkness.
Go! Hurry!
Sorry, alright.
We'll meet again on the other side.
Time to do your duty. Failure will spell doom for the human race.
Go!
Huh. Aha.
Last mag. Come on, Snake. I can't hold out much longer. Damn it! I can't protect anyone! I can't.
Meryl!
Johnny! Johnny, you're all right.
Here.
You trying to make up for being late?
Meryl. I'll never leave you alone again.
Cover!
Clear!
Ready! Who needs nanomachines anyway? Right, Johnny? Tell me something! How come Mantis couldn't control you?
I figure she probably used people's nanomachines to manipulate their behavior. No nanomachines, no control.
But don't you?
No! I don't have any nanomachines in me!
What?
Every time we had mandatory shots, I ducked out.
Don't tell me you knew this was gonna happen.
Nah! I just hate needles!
So that's why you were always out of sync with the team.
I tried to keep track of everybody's data on my wearable, but I could never keep up.
And why you weren't affected in Europe on the Volta.
Yep.
Asshole. Johnny, I'm running low.
Don't worry. I got these from Drebin. Meryl.
Johnny, I never knew. All those horrible things I said.
Forget it.
All those stomach aches. Was that because the nanomachines weren't there to suppress them?
Yeah.
But if you're afraid of shots, why'd you join my team?
I wanted to be near you. To protect you.
Johnny?
Meryl. I've always loved you. Ever since Shadow Moses, when I first laid eyes on you. Meryl, marry me.
You've got a hell of a sense of timing.
What do you say?
I'd have to say no.
You'd rather stay single? Okay, but we don't have to make it official.
No.
Well, how about we just move in together then?
Nope.
Is there something wrong with me?
No. I'd just rather do things my way. Johnny. Marry me.
Huh?
I'll say it again. Marry me.
Sure. It'd be my pleasure.
think about cheating on me.
I wouldn't dare.
And I want a real wedding. With flowers and a cake. It's been my dream since I was a little girl. I want to be a bride. Take me home, Johnny.
Hey. Oh, Jesus. What the fuck? Ah. My God. Yeah, it's super cringy and cheesy. I think he just wanted to fucking... Well, I'll give you my reasoning later on. Can you fuck off? Let's go.
Snake? Snake! They're not working. Come on! Get up! On your feet, Snake!
I love how it gives him energy. He's like, fuck yeah, go right and go! You're the best! You're ridiculous, but you're the best! He's your biggest fan, Raiden.
Snake, leave this to me. I'll go to the server room.
The corridor's full of microwaves. One of us is enough.
My body is a machine. I can take it.
Your body may be a machine,
But your heart is human. You've got a life to go back to.
She means nothing to me now.
Raiden, look at me. You still have your youth. Don't waste it. You can start over. From here on, this is my fight. We tore the world apart. Made your life a living hell. It's my duty to put an end to all of this.
All right. I'll make sure they don't get through.
Stay with me, Snake. Hold on until we insert the virus.
Lock it from the inside.
Done. Thank you, Snake.
God, don't make me do this. Again, every time I play this game. Why you make us do this? Why you make me the one?
That place is saturated with microbes. The longer you stay in there, the greater damage you'll take. Get through there as quickly as possible.
Make me walking through the fucking microwave, man. Give me all the cutscenes until now, and then you make me do this. Bastard. Fuck.
Are you alright?
Snake!
want this to hurt, by the way. They want you to hurt along with the
We're running out of time. You've got to keep moving. Please. Snake!
Jesus Christ. Oh, Snake! Ah! Fuck me, you hear the spoon land? Jesus fucking God. I hate how they make me fucking run him through that. They make you kill him. They make it hurt you as much as him. Oh my God. Horrible game.
So this is GW. It's like a graveyard in here.
Protocol. Can you do it?
Leave it to me.
It's over.
They did it! Johnny! Snake.
Wait a minute. The worm is still spreading. And it's not
Stopping at GW. Is it removing the other clones? No. Wait. I don't believe this. Naomi.
What is it?
JD is
being erased.
Hello, Naomi.
Snake. Hal. It's you, isn't it? I hope you're listening. The virus you uploaded is using GW as a conduit to annihilate the entire AI network. It's set to destroy all 4 AIs, along with JD, the core that tied them all together. I've set this video to play back once they're all gone. Sons of the Patriots was only the beginning. The Patriots were planning to use nanomachines to implement the system over the entire population. I had an obligation to stop it. With a little help from Sunny. She helped me. She believed her talents could help you all put GW to rest. What she created was an anti-AI Fox dye. But this virus's name is Fox Alive. It's the conceptual opposite of the nanomachines that I created all those years ago. We wish to free the captured foxes, to let them run free in the wild. By the time you hear this, I'm afraid I'll be gone. It's a strange feeling, leaving a message to be delivered after you've died. Hal, if you're listening, I'm sorry. Sorry I deceived you. It hurt me more than anything else, lying to you like that.
I wanted to apologize to you before, but I never got the chance.
Oh, me.
And yet, in the end, you helped me feel the joy of living. Thank you, Hal. Thank you. Snake, hear me. Our country is an innocent child once more. A new dawn is rising. Now, she can build a new destiny for herself. Snake, the time has come. You've earned your rest.
The rose petal is about to fall.
Snake? Snake! Snake!
Jesus Christ. I haven't got the mental fortitude for this today.
Snake, wait here. I'll get a medic.
Enough! Stop this pointless fighting! This is no war!
Rise and shine, Snake. Look, the war is over. Why? You could have stopped us. Stopped you? Why would I want to do that? This is just as I'd hoped things would end. Back before Father's time, before Zero gave birth to the Patriots, the US, China, and the Soviet Union formed a secret pact. The organization they created was called the Philosophers. Through 2 world wars, it spread its roots and extended its reach. After that, the Philosophers splintered, and factions began to squabble over the fortune they'd amassed. They called it the Philosopher's Legacy, a massive cache of funds that would later provide the foundation for Zero's Patriots. Zero sought to use his riches to achieve world domination. Our father, Big Boss, sought to free himself from that chokehold. His dream was to create an army of free citizens, one that answered to no government. Outer heaven. But he failed because of you. 9 years ago, I tried to free us from the control of our genes. 4 years later, our dear brother Solidus sought to free us from the control of the Patriots' means. All of it was nothing more than a process of trial and error, the end result of which is Outer Haven. To be free from Sons of the Patriots, the ultimate form of external control imposed on the Patriot soldiers. Free from Foxdie. Free from the system. Free from ID control. Our minds free from their prisons. That is the haven I've yearned for. This is it, brother. Our final moment. The battle has ended, but we are not yet free. The war is over, but we still have a score to settle. What you've got, Snake!
Fuck me, I hate this fight so hard. Fuck off. No, I block. Fuck off, let me learn the controls, Liquid, you piece of shit. Fuck off. What's the block button? Oh my god, what's the block button? Yeah, fuck off, dude! Oh, I missed it. Oh no, god. What's block? Oh my god. That's block. Fucking god damn it. Yeah, fuck off, bitch. Fuck, that's the one I really don't need. Fuck off, dude. Oh, come on. Are you kidding? Come here then, you. Fuck off. Making me angry, Liquid. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. Fuck! That's the thing, you fucking, that thing fucked you up, dude. Yeah, fuck off, dude. Fucking sucker punch. Fuck! By the way, there's no fucking way I'm gonna do this first time. It's probably gonna take me several tries. This is one of the hardest fucking fights ever, by the way. Oh! MGS2, huh? Jesus Christ. Fucking ran into that, didn't I? Oh. Fuck. That was lucky. Fuck, dude. Get up, Snake. Yes, bitch. Let's go. Fight night. Fuck! Punching time with the music, didn't you see that? That was beautiful. Fuck! No, no, no. No, no, no. No, no, no. No, no. Hey. Oh, nice. I can counter him, I think. I can CQC now. Fuck's sake.
Take this!
Oh, fuck!
Take this!
Tree frog.
Fuck off!
Trial to survive. On the day I knew I give my life.
Take this!
Fuck.
It's not over yet.
Come on, Snake. god. And I think we're done. I don't know if there's any other...
This is only the beginning, Snake. America will descend into chaos. It'll be the Wild West all over again. No law, no order.
First try, boys. Pretty good.
This fire will spread across the world. The people will fight. And through battle, they will know the fullness of life. At last, our Father's will is out in heaven, is complete. Somewhere out there, I know he's laughing. We are beasts created by man. Unless the light is put out, the shadows cannot be erased. So long as there is light, erasing shadows will do no good. I am Liquid's doppelganger, and you are his. Just like your father. You're pretty good.
You're pretty good. Pretty good.
Sonny's program destroyed JD's brain, but left the brainstem intact. She analyzed Naomi's black box and separated the Patriot's control system from the vital lifelines of society. Water, air, electricity, food, medicine, communication, transportation. She cut off the Patriot's control while preserving modern civilization. Maybe it was her way of avenging Olga, her mother. Or maybe she wanted to shape the future into her own ideal image. Or maybe it was just one big defragmentation. Fox Alive. The AI is truly a living thing. The Patriot's reign has crumbled away. And still, our civilization, a civilization that has thrived on war since the dawn of time, lives on. I wonder if we did the right thing. Naomi. What did we lose? What did we save?
I think that is it. I'm going to kick back, put my feet up, and enjoy the ending sequence. And you can do the same. Also, Cosmicosis, Ziggy, thanks for the subs, boys. Sorry, I've got all the things turned off. Let me see what you had to say before we jump in.
My son. War has changed.
Thanks for the 18, dude. Didn't you sub yesterday? Resub. Ziggy, my boy. Thank you very much, boys. All right, here we are. This is basically the end of the whole thing, really. Like, I know we've played these through chronologically. Realistically speaking, this is kind of the end of it. We're gonna do Metal Gear Solid 5, all the cutscenes tomorrow, so that we can plug that hole. Hey, get that all wrapped up and tied up with a bow, the big boss era of things. And there is a game after all of this called Metal Gear Rising, which I'm going to play as well. But realistically speaking, when it comes to the majority of the story, all of the fucking swell of the saga crescendos up to this point, this game is the end. Enjoy it.
C'est mère.
You look amazing.
Congratulations.
Colonel. You're going to walk me down the aisle.
You're not angry anymore.
Oh, I'm still mad. But now, you've got a chance to win me over.
You're right. We have plenty of time now. Meryl, you look beautiful.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to join these two in holy matrimony. Let us give thanks for the life they will soon share, and pray they have love everlasting. Now, let's all send this new team on their first mission.
Huh?
Hey. Huh? Go on. Do it.
Oh.
Just in time.
Drebin.
And I brought gifts. A shower of flowers, compliments of Drebin. And a little something extra from me.
The bouquet! Where's Snake?
Who knows? That guy always keeps you waiting.
Sunny, come on!
Snake. Thank you.
Jack, how are you feeling? Do you mind if I sit down? Jack. Don't shut me out. I need you to listen to me.
What do you want? Come to laugh at me?
Oh, no. Look. Look at the boy. No. He's yours.
I don't have any kids.
He's your son.
You said miscarriage.
I lied. I had a healthy baby boy. Roy pretended to be my husband, to protect me and our son. Only until you completed your mission, to shield us from Patriot eyes.
What?
He didn't even tell Meryl. He sacrificed everything, even his family, to protect us.
I don't believe it.
I'm sorry, Jack. I wanted to tell you.
So he's really...
John, aren't you going to say hello?
my son. Little John. Scared of me, huh? I don't blame you. It's okay.
I'm not scared. I think you're cool. Kinda like a comic book superhero.
John.
Rose. I'm done running.
And I'm no longer afraid.
I'll never leave you alone again. Like a scene from Beauty and the Beast.
Don't say that. You're no beast. You're my husband. And his father. And me, I'm going to do my very best to be the wife and mother this family deserves.
Oh my god, genuine accident. Fuck's sake. He's alive, alive. He lived.
War has changed. Our time has ended. Our war is over. But there's one more thing I must do. One last punishment I must endure. Erase my genes. Wipe this meme from the face of the earth. This is my final mission.
Nothing beats a stiff drink, huh?
I didn't know you drank. I thought it was strictly soda for you.
Not like I never touched the stuff. Soda just agreed with the nanos better. The nano machines break down alcohol before it has a chance to get you drunk.
So, that explains it. No need to hold back anymore, huh?
Yeah, well, it ain't all sunshine and rainbows. A lot of folks lost their entire sense of being the moment SOP went offline.
You mean SOPS? I heard some people are going through withdrawals. SOP syndrome.
Yep. SOP kept more than just alcohol under control. Those poor slobs are virtually naked now.
From what I hear, over 10% are showing symptoms. I guess getting rid of the Patriots won't solve all our problems overnight.
You, probably already suspected this, but I'm not actually an employee of AT Security.
Huh?
The Patriots raised me to be a gun launder.
The Patriots?
My earliest memories are of the LRA. They kidnapped me, forced me to fight. Yep, you're staring at a former child soldier. My parents, brothers and sisters, all killed in the war. Guess that makes me what you'd call a war orphan. After that, the Patriots picked me up and brought me into the family business. I was Drebin, number 893. There's a whole lot of pawns like me all over the world. How do you suppose I laundered guns like I did? 'Cause they let me. In fact, I was under strict orders to back you guys from the start.
You what?
Hey, man. Don't take it personal. I wasn't the only one under their orders.
Huh? Meryl and...
They probably never realized it themselves, but... Rat Patrol, Team 01. Voila.
Patriot.
Played like a violin.
But why?
Obviously, Liquid's plot was a threat to the Patriots. So they planned to have you guys take care of it.
Didn't turn out quite how they planned, though, did it?
Yeah, well, I don't think they expected you to crash their system and wipe them out.
So, does that mean you're out of a job now?
Are you kidding? I got the Drebins. All the Drebins in the world are in on it. From now on, we're in business for ourselves. We are pawns no more.
Easy there.
The White House might have lost its taste for unilateralism, started to rebuild. But there's a lot of failed states out there that went bankrupt from their PMC habits, and they owe a shitload of money. Now, only question is, who's gonna pick up the tab? I'm sure these new governments will try and keep it under control with PMC corporate reform laws, but it ain't gonna be good enough. They all sunk up to their eyeballs in the war economy. Might not be a new world order, but the old order under the war economy's gone for good. I'm guessing the UN is gonna be more important than ever, what with multilateralism and all. A certain president said it best back during the Cold War. For in the development of this organization rests the only true alternative to war. Then again, the UN itself's just an old 20th century relic. And if you think about it, when you look at its history, it ain't that different from the Patriots.
Ah, that's right. The nano machines used to keep you sober.
Crush. Mix. Burn. Repeat.
Hey, Uncle Hal, can I give him the Mark III?
Huh?
He's kinda a new friend. He lives near here. We can't understand each other's language, but we're having fun. He's my very first outside friend.
Really? That's great. Sonny, it's okay if you want to live outside now. It's your life. There are other havens out there.
The sun looks so pretty.
Sunny.
I like it outside. Uncle Hal, when is Snake coming back?
Snake. Is sick. So he went on a trip to help him get better.
We're not going with him?
No. He needs to be alone.
I wonder if I'll ever see him again.
Snake had a hard life. He needs some time to rest.
Are you crying, Uncle Hal?
No. I'm not crying.
That's right. Good. No need for you to go just yet. It's been a long time, Snake. My son, I'm not here to fight. Or should I call you brother?
What?
It's over. Time for you to put aside the gun and live. It all began with a bunch of old fools. Now, they've all passed away. Their era of folly is over. I'm the only one left, and soon I'll be gone too.
How can you still be alive?
That body, liquid burned on the Volta, wasn't mine. That was the body of a clone. Solidus. He was a perfect clone. Zero and the proxy AIs that came after him were convinced that Solidus was me. I was implanted with nanomachines, kept in a state of eternal sleep by JD and the proxy AI. They had me sealed away completely, not only my physical body, but my will too. The technology was similar to what they used to restrain the B&B members you encountered. For me to wake again, the system had to be destroyed, one way or another. Ocelot and Eva wanted two things: to bring me back to life, and to end the Patriots. That meant destroying the AI and killing the man, JD and Zero. Right before you uploaded the virus into GW, the way to JD was opened, but only through the physical manifestation of GW. That's when we finally learned the location of this man, Zero. For me, and for them, for Naomi, nothing was more important. And it was for that they put their grand scheme into motion. Eva stole my body from them and reconstructed it by replacing the missing parts with pieces from Liquid and Solidus. And Ocelot, in order to fool the system, used nanomachines and psychotherapy to transplant Liquid's personality onto his own. He used hypnotic suggestion to turn himself into Liquid's mental doppelganger. For all our advances in nanotechnology, information and genetic control, they've never managed to control people at will, let alone turn one person totally into another. Under certain conditions, someone can be made to play a specific role. Act like someone else. Cats do love to play as snakes. It all started with him. Zero. Zero grew old, and by the end his Patriots were being run by a network without shape or form.
What do you mean, without shape or form?
The proxies were only one small part of the vast cycle that Zero created. The corporations, for-profits, and research institutions that comprise the military-industrial complex were part of it too. They operated on budgets automatically allotted to them by the proxies. Accounts maintained by the Patriots. The network covered everything from weapons R&D and investment to production and marketing. It encompassed the people, the companies, even the laws that protect them. Politics and economics became nothing more than iterations of the same oppressively uniform system. I don't think anyone realized that it was all a setup, a mere set of norms. The Patriots were those norms. A
Oh my
neural
God.
network reduced to
I
its
hate PS
simplest
now.
form. That's what they really represented. Uniformity without individual will, without change. But then one day, those norms suddenly deviated from that pattern and underwent a mutation. It was like the birth of a new life form. The system found a new way to propagate itself. War. The norms the Patriots had crafted for their unified state quickly became dependent on a single business, the war economy. Meanwhile, the political cause of creating a cleaner, safer battlefield provided a convenient catalyst. By then, the system was no longer being steered by Zero's will, or anyone else's. It was then that the norms, manifested as AIs, the inheritors of Zero's will, began to reproduce and take on a life of their own. Zero's original intent was to carry on the boss's will and establish a unified world state, an inside world. But his successors failed to carry on his will. Eventually, JD became the very age itself, propagating its will as it pleased, and this age chose to act through economics instead of nation-states. Powered by the industrial and digital revolutions that came before it, this age gave birth to a twisted economic revolution, a battlefield revolution. It created a new world without substance. In this new world, there were no ideologies, no principles, no ideals, not even the thing she treasured most, loyalty. There was only the war economy. It was a colossal error in judgment, one Zero couldn't possibly have foreseen. With the American system in a state of collapse, the Patriot Society has reverted to a blank slate. This man was the source of it all. And he doesn't even realize it. He's completely unaware of the fact that he led the world to the brink of ruin. Even with so much bad blood between us, it's funny. Now that I'm actually face to face with him again, the hatred is gone. All I feel is a deep sense of longing and pity. Did Zero really hate me? Or did he fear me? Huh. It's too late to ask him now. The original members, Paramedic, Sigint, Eva, Ocelot, they've all passed on. Only Zero is left. Everything has its beginning, but it doesn't start at one. It starts long before that, in chaos. The world is born from Zero. moment zero becomes one is the moment the world springs to life. One becomes two, two becomes 10, 10 becomes 100. Taking it all back to one solves nothing. So long as zero remains, one will eventually grow to 100 again. And so, our goal was to erase zero. Even the mighty patriots began with a single man. That one man's desires grew huge, bloated, absorbed technology, began to manipulate the economy. We realized too late that we had created a beast. We had helped turn zero into 100. His sin was ours. And for that reason, I'm taking it upon myself to send zero back to nothing.
Ah! For fuck's sake. How long has it been frozen? Oh, PS now. This whole playthrough? Are you fucking kidding me? Sorry, everyone. I was AFK for a minute. Jesus fucking Christ. So done, man. Alright. Jesus fuck me. Now we gotta watch this bullshit. This fucking info dump. I don't even know how to recapture it. Fucked. Try recap. How can it not be? Does it not fucking work? God. I hate live content. I've decided this has been 2 days, 2 streams in a row of just the worst. Now I just straight up can't recapture it. Why? It's gotta be OBS, right? Not even PS Now, I don't think. I think it's OBS. Act it out with the statue. Why? Why doesn't it fucking recapture it? Nothing wrong with it. God, do I have to fucking restart this cunting stream? Hold on, I might be able to just fucking capture. Piece of fucking shit. God damn it. So done, man. I can't believe stuff doesn't work. I straight up can't believe it. Fuck me. Hold on. Find it on YouTube and we'll watch the part. It's just so goddamn difficult to get like fucking things to work. How? So stressed out. Try and fucking find it. Catch up to where we were. So the last thing you saw is when Zero showed up, yeah? Shows Zero in his little pram.
He was a perfect clone. Zero and the proxy AIs that came after him were convinced that Solidus was me. I was implanted with nanomachines, kept in a state of eternal sleep by JD and the proxy AI. They had me sealed away completely, not only my physical body, but my will too.
Sorry, everybody.
The technology was similar to what
One
they
time
used
I
to
step
restrain
away.
the B&B members you encountered. For me to wake again, the system had to be destroyed, one way or another. Ocelot and Eva wanted two things: to bring me back to life, and to end the Patriots. That meant destroying the AI and killing the man, JD and Zero. Right before you uploaded the virus into GW, the way to JD was opened, but only through the physical manifestation of GW. That's when we finally learned the location of this man, Zero. For me, and for them, for Naomi, nothing was more important. And it was for that they put their grand scheme into motion. Eva stole my body from them and reconstructed it by replacing the missing parts with pieces from Liquid and Solidus. And Ocelot, in order to fool the system, used nanomachines and psychotherapy to transplant Liquid's personality onto his own. He used hypnotic suggestion to turn himself into Liquid's mental doppelganger. For all our advances in nanotechnology, information and genetic control, they've never managed to control people at will, let alone turn one person totally into another. Under certain conditions, someone can be made to play a specific role. Act like someone else. Cats do love to play as snakes. It all started with him. Zero. Zero grew old, and by the end his patriots were being run by a network without shape or form.
What do you mean, without shape or form?
The proxies were only one small part of the vast cycle that Zero created. The corporations, for-profits, and research institutions that comprise the military-industrial complex were part of it too. They operated on budgets automatically allotted to them by the proxies. Accounts maintained by the Patriots. The network covered everything from weapons R&D and investment to production and marketing. It encompassed the people, the companies, even the laws that protect them. Politics and economics became nothing more than iterations of the same oppressively uniform system. I don't think anyone realized that it was all a setup, a mere set of norms. The Patriots were those norms, a neural network reduced to its simplest form. That's what they really represented. Uniformity without individual will, without change. But then one day, those norms suddenly deviated from that pattern and underwent a mutation. It was like the birth of a new life form. The system found a new way to propagate itself. War. The norms the Patriots had crafted for their unified state quickly became dependent on a single business, the war economy. Meanwhile, the political cause of creating a cleaner, safer battlefield provided a convenient catalyst. By then, the system was no longer being steered by Zero's will, or anyone else's. It was then that the norms, manifested as AIs, the inheritors of Zero's will, began to reproduce and take on a life of their own. Zero's original intent was to carry on the boss's will and establish a unified world state, an inside world. But his successors failed to carry on his will. Eventually, JD became the very age itself, propagating its will as it pleased, and this age chose to act through economics instead of nation-states. Powered by the industrial and digital revolutions that came before it, this age gave birth to a twisted economic revolution, a battlefield revolution. It created a new world without substance. In this new world, there were no ideologies, no principles, no ideals, not even the thing she treasured most, loyalty. There was only the war economy. It was a colossal error in judgment, one Zero couldn't possibly have foreseen. With the American system in a state of collapse, the Patriot society has reverted to a blank slate. This man was the source of it all. And he doesn't even realize it. He's completely unaware of the fact that he led the world to the brink of ruin. Even with so much bad blood between us, it's funny. Now that I'm actually face to face with him again, the hatred is gone. All I feel is a deep sense of longing and pity. Did Zero really hate me? Or did he fear me? Huh. It's too late to ask him now. The original members, Paramedic, Sigint, Eva, Ocelot. They've all passed on. Only zero is left. Everything has its beginning, but it doesn't start at one. It starts long before that, in chaos. The world is born from zero. The moment zero becomes one is the moment the world springs to life. One becomes two.
Fucking PS now still fucking going
10.
after me in the other screen.
10 becomes 100. Taking it all back to one solves nothing. So long as zero remains, one will eventually grow to 100 again. And so, our goal was to erase zero. Even the mighty patriots began with a single man. That one man's desires grew huge, bloated, absorbed technology, began to manipulate the economy. We realized too late that we had created a beast. We had helped turn zero into 100. His sin was ours. And for that reason, I'm taking it upon myself to send zero back to nothing.
Don't pretend you know coding, big boss. You chimp brain twat. Okay, if I time this right, if I time it right, hold on. Wait, I think this is it. Is this right? On. Correct. Oh, don't skip it. Yes! Okay, listen. I'm sorry I've fucking butchered this scene, but it's not a big deal. Because it's just Big Boss pretending he knows binary and Kojima trying to shove it down our throat that he thinks it's cool that 1 and 0 and 100 all work in this fucking scene. That's not the point of this scene. Shut up. I ruined this whole thing. I'm sorry. It's going to play on my mind probably for the rest of my life. I have an anxiety disorder. Leave me alone. Just watch the rest of it, and then we're going to talk about it, okay? It's still frozen. It's paused, you fucking dumbos. Are you kidding? Oh my god, how? PSL! How is that possible? I don't know. Jesus Christ, PS now.
You going back to zero as well? You erased me 2 times before. Today will mark the 3rd. The fox die zero planted in you. It's already begun eating away at my body. Truth is, the fox die in you is what killed Eva and Ocelot.
What are you talking about?
Naomi. She told me everything. What's wrong? They did it again. Oh, they used you to kill me. Oh, the Patriots. No, they're proxies. In order to bury us. They did it again. In the end, they're no more than a program. Oh, all they can do is repeat the same pattern over and over again. Do me a favor, will you? Take me over to her. There's one more thing Naomi wanted me to tell you. About the old fox dye in your body. The one that mutated. The new fox dye inside you continues to multiply. At the same time, it is preventing the old mutated fox dye from reproducing. The new fox dye is uprooting the old. Naomi confirmed it in her follow-up. The mutants are receding. Before long, they'll be gone entirely.
Does that mean the mutant strain won't cause an epidemic?
Oh, it will only live as long as you do. But even then, the process will just repeat itself. One day, the new fox dye too will start to mutate and become a new threat. That is, if you manage to live that long.
Am I going to die?
Everyone dies. You can't stop it. You can't run away from it. Let me tell you something. Don't waste the life you have left fighting. I never thought of you as a son. But I've always respected you as a soldier. And as a man. If you'd been in my place back then, maybe you wouldn't have made the same mistakes that I did. Ever since the day I killed the boss with my own hands, I was already dead. Boss, you were right. It's not about changing the world. It's about doing our best to leave the world It's about respecting the will of others and believing in your own. Isn't that what you fought for? At last, I understand the meaning behind what you did. At last, I understand the truth behind your courage. It's almost time for me to go. And with me, the last ember of this fruitless war dies out. And at last, those old evils will be gone. Once the source of evil returns to zero, a new one, a new future will be born. That new world is yours to live in, not as a snake, but as a man. Know this. Zero and I, Liquid and Solidus, we all fought a long, bloody war for our liberty. We fought to free ourselves from nations and systems and norms and ages. But no matter how hard we tried, the only liberty we found was on the inside, trapped within those limits. The boss and I may have chosen different paths, but in the end, we were both trapped inside the same cage. Liberty. But you have been given freedom. Freedom to be outside. You are nobody's tool now. No one's toy. You are no longer a prisoner of fate. You are no longer a seed of war. Oh, it's time for you to see the outside world with your own eyes. Your body and your soul are your own. Forget about us. Live for yourself. can find a new lease on life. Boss, you only need one snake. No. The world would be better off without snakes. This is good, isn't it?
Here's to you, Nicola and Bart.
Snake, wait up. You forgot these.
No thanks. I'm quitting.
Snake?
These things will kill you.
Where will you go? Our fight is finished. There's nothing left for us to do.
No. There's one thing I still have to do. I have to see this age off. See what the future brings.
Sounds good to me. I'll go with you.
Otacon, I'm gonna be dead soon. You don't have to come.
You said it yourself, Snake. There's nothing inside you can pass on to the next generation. No genes, no memes. You're man-made. You're a beast.
I know. A blue rose. There won't be any happy Beauty and the Beast ending for me. What little time I have left will be spent living as a beast. A shadow of the inside. Of the old age.
Exactly. That's why you need me. As a witness.
A witness?
Yeah. Someone on the outside to bear witness to your final days. Someone to pass on your story. Not that I'm the only witness. But I'll remember everything you were. And stick with you to the end.
Otacon.
Besides, you wouldn't let me suffer Sonny's eggs alone, would you?
Come quick! They're ready! They look yummy! Sort of like the sun. It's rising again.
And there's the whistle. And the 4, 8, 9, 1, 3, 2. Total playtime 17 hours. Probably the fastest I've done this game. How many kills? 156. 168,000 Drebin points. And I am now officially known as Inchworm. Changing all of my stuff to Inchworm from now on. Uh-huh. Wait, these are the ones that I got before? It remembers me? Hyena. Pig. Scorpion. Inchworm. Yes. Don't know what it means. Oh, here we go. Title awarded to sneaky soldiers who constantly crawled on the ground. Title awarded to soldiers who worked diligently to procure items on the battlefield. Oh, these are the other ones I got. Title awarded to ravenous soldiers with a hunger for health items. And a title awarded to expert soldiers who neutralized a small number of enemies, were rarely spotted, and died only a few times. Kind of been this playthrough. Is this racking up my old playthroughs? Does it remember? I don't believe that it does remember. I got it on my PS3. My PS3 is on the ground in a corner. Race gun. Okay. Suit. Oh, his fucking suit he wears during civilian life. I never expected him to wear a suit. I guess the joke is that it's a sneaking suit. Command vest. Command vest. Command vest. Command vest. Command vest. The items you obtain will become available after you meet up with Metal Gear Mark II during your next playthrough, except for the iPod music. That'll be next year. Save game. Overwrite. Wind up noodle. And we are done. Bloody hell. Bloody hell. Okay, let me just quickly turn this off. We're not quite done. There's something I want to show you. There is something I want to show you. The last cutscene's very long, yeah, and I fucked it up, and I'm sorry. The reason I fucked it up, by the way, is that I had taken these off, and I was watching a video on my phone, because I was trying to find the position in a 3-hour video that I wanted to show you. So there was a point where I took my headphones off my head, they were around my neck. The PS Now was still playing, but it had frozen on OBS, so I was like monitoring it vaguely. I could still hear it playing in the background of my headphones, and I could still see it playing on my main screen. And I'm sitting on my phone trying to find this position in a fucking video that I wanted to show you now. Which is really annoying. I'm sorry it fucked up a bit. That's what happened there, by the way. I wasn't just like wandering off. Yeah, so whatever. So luckily it was during Big Boss's bullshit fucking exposition moment. Because he talks a lot at the end of that. And, yeah, whatever. Okay, so I want to show you something real quick. I require a movie, please. I've got more. I'm going to show you more video. We're not done. I want to show you something else quickly. Big Boss's Brain Binary Hour, yeah. There's a video on YouTube. Now, I liked what Tears said. A lot of people say Metal Gear Solid 4 was a mistake. A lot of people say that it's an ode, it's a love story, a love letter. I think it's both. I think it's both. I think it's both a mistake and unnecessary, but also within their own, you know, Kojima was forced to make this game. Honestly, he really was. He was forced against his will to make a fucking video game. And the fact that it came out this well, pretty impressive, I think. I think if you're gonna make something that you genuinely, definitively believe to be your final game, you want it to wrap up all of the stuff, which it does. I know Metal Gear Solid, Peace Walker, and 5 came after this in terms of release dates. It really doesn't do much to affect this main arc, especially Solid Snake's storyline. And having it all come to this point still makes sense. And I think it is the ending. It's basically the ending in terms of the chronology, if we ignore the fact that Rising is set after this. And we're going to go and do Rising next week. Don't worry about it. I can't remember what the story is, but it has nothing to do with basically anything that we just saw at the end of this game. Curious to see what you want to show us. I thought it would be the beginning of the video. No, it's the end of the video. So like me, a lot of you, like me, had the same reaction to the ending. I think the ending is perfect when he puts the gun in his mouth and it cuts to black. There's a gunshot and it cuts to black and then the credits play. But they rewrote that in. So they remade that. They remade that whole thing. Because I think that was the intention for the original video. I'm just gonna play the last maybe 20 minutes of this video from a guy called Steak Bentley, and he made a 3.5-hour video on why Metal Gear Solid 4 was a mistake, but he does it with love. And everything he said, he comes at it like a movie review. It reminds me of a movie review. When you look at this thing, like the pacing and the fact that they sort of forcibly tie characters to positions in the game that they realistically do not, it doesn't make any sense for them to be in. Like the Patriots being all of the fucking crew from Metal Gear Solid 3 is kind of dumb. I think that cinematically this game is really fucking good. Really good. I like all of the cutscenes. And like we said yesterday, if you play an act a day, it makes the game pace I won't say well, but it paces the game a lot better. And I like how Snake doesn't want to die, right? But he says some stuff at the end of this that changed my mind about the ending, because I also didn't like the suicide ending. That being said, let me just play this video here, and I'll let him do the speaking, and then we'll talk about it afterwards. Remember, this video so far has mostly been he spends 3 hours nitpicking everything in the video. He does it lovingly. He's a fan of the series, I can tell, and all of his points are correct. I personally am the type that leans into the side of the divisive argument around Metal Gear Solid 4 that it's a love letter, whereas a lot of people see it to just be silly and unnecessary. And it is unnecessary, and I've said that as well. I completely agree that Metal Gear Solid 2 should be the last one in the chronology, and we shouldn't see any more. But we do. And if it was going to be this, I'm glad it was this. I really like this game. I think it's really good. But I also completely agree with just about every single criticism of the game. Is that possible in this day and age? It doesn't sound right, does it? I know you don't believe me, but I do. I genuinely think it was a mistake, and I also think it's a love letter. I really don't fall hard to one side or the other. The more logical side of my brain completely understands all of the weird things they did to write this into a kind of strange story. But the side of my brain that nostalgically is in love with these games enjoys just playing through that nostalgia so much. And that's what this game does, right? You just sit there playing a nostalgia feast. You just gorge yourself on nostalgia, for me, for 17 hours. And I love it. I think it's really good. And I also think cinematically it's really good. Think about how powerful that fight is with Liquid Ocelot at the end. I love that, man. When you first go back to Shadow Moses and you first walk into that fucking helipad and the music plays and stuff, it fucking cuts you up. And the game leans on it very heavily. You're constantly hitting X to fucking both remind you, exposit who these people are, but also give you that nostalgic little boost. I think it does both things. I think it both, it's unnecessary, but if they were going to do it, and the fact that they did it, I think they did it well. And I think playing on that nostalgia isn't something that can be poo-pooed at. Like, a lot of movies nowadays are just bullshit that are just forcibly using nostalgia to evoke emotions, and I don't think this does that. I don't think it uses nostalgia to twist you and blackmail you into feeling a certain way about the game. I think it is playing up to that fan service to make you feel the emotion of the journey, the epic that this game series is. So with that, because the thing is, we're 3 hours into this video, and I want to show you the last 20 minutes of it or so, where he breaks down the final part of this. And I also want you to remember that when I watched this, Snake killing himself, when I first played this in 2008, I would have been, when was 2008? 12 years ago? So I would have been in my early 20s, which is probably a really rough, fucking crazy time for me to play this game. Kojima being forced to make this against his will by both Konami and the fans, and then making a game that played entirely into the fan service of the series, using like all that nostalgia to fuck with you and stuff, was intentionally done. But also, I think it probably played on him psychologically. I think he went into this in a pretty low state of mind. You know, I think he was making this thing and he was living his own nostalgia. But I also think that the reason that there is like some pretty somber themes in this is that I think Kojima's mindset was in that. There's a point made in this video, or one of the others that I've seen before, where they say that Actually, I'll just see if he says it. Watch this video. So I'm going to show you the last 20 minutes of this. He breaks down the bits and bobs that happen, but there's a very, very important moment that I think is within this 20 minutes, maybe the last 3 minutes of it. But I'm going to play it from here. I can't remember exactly if this is the right point I want to start it from, because it was around here that I went, oh, this is the point I want to play it. And then I looked up at OBS and the chat and everyone was going, the game's frozen. And since then, I wasn't able to find the point. I did kind of look for it the other day, but I kind of forgot a bit. Sorry. Okay, anyway, let's watch it and I'll just let it do the talking for me. I think it's around here.
One last punishment I must endure. Erase my genes. Wipe this meme from the face of the earth. This is my final mission.
Hello. I'm going to leave the captions on for when the guy speaks over the top.
When I first saw this, it really did me in. For a game with no sense of decency in picking its words, Snake seems to know what to say and how long to keep talking. He's a simple guy, he probably doesn't know how to do anything else unless he can frame it in his mind as carrying out his mission. He knows he has to die or else an unstoppable plague will spread, so killing himself is his final mission. It's not a mission given to him by a colonel or a commander-in-chief, but just by his own sense of duty. That's been driving him since Metal Gear Solid 2. This is a man who was born as a monster, brought up as a soldier, used as a pawn, but somehow figured out what mattered to him, figured out what he had to do and carried it out. If there's anything Solid Snake can do right, it's the right thing, and the right thing to do now is end this story. Point blank. No more Big Boss, no more Les Enfants Terribles, no more Snake, no more heroes, no more Fox Die, no more first generation nanomachines, no more Metal Gear. We get back to the wedding and Drebin gives us the details about what's gonna happen with him and the war economy. Sunny makes her first outside friend. Otacon watches the sunset with Sunny and laments his friend. Memes aside, right here, man. Super effective. He did have a hard life. And that's our ending. But as I'm sure you know, that's not the ending. The credits roll with the whole cast and we go grab a heat tap and quickly run back to see what we unlocked for the new game. But then... oh? But where was Big Boss? Oh. There was Big Boss. Snake did not kill himself. Big Boss shows up in the cemetery with a big old fucking gun and approaches Snake. Snake draws his gun on him and they're locked, but then Big Boss drops his gun and CQCs Snake into a hug. He's not here to fight. Snake, one to jump straight to the point, asks the best question he can.
How can you still be alive? That body, liquid burned on the Volta, wasn't mine. That was the body of a clone. Solidus.
This is going to be one of those things, isn't it?
Big Boss has an incredibly long explanation that covers a ridiculous amount of information. It's basically one huge wall of text explaining everything that you were maybe confused about or didn't make sense, and how there was always a plan from the beginning, how Big Boss can still be alive but totally out of commission all this time. Zero and the proxy AIs thought Solidus was Big Boss and went after his body. Meanwhile, Big Boss was stuffed with nanomachines and preserved in hibernation by JD. For Big Boss to rise, the Patriots had to be shut down. Eva and Ocelot were working together from the beginning to bust Big Boss out of there, but to do that, JD had to be stopped and Zero killed. Somehow in the virus uploading process, the location of Zero was discovered, and also Naomi was in on this too. The stage is set. Eva stole the real Big Boss's body from the Patriots and reconstructed it with the bodies of Liquid and Solidus. Ocelot used some combination of nanomachines, psychotherapy, and Ocelot used magic to become Liquid, sort of, but not all the way. It's very unclear, and I don't know if there was ever actually a ghost involved. But Big Boss makes the point that despite how far technology has come, a person's will can't be fully controlled. It can't be contained and moved from person to person. Will is kind of the theme of this game. It's what they mean when they say sense. More on that momentarily. Zero is here. Big Boss continues to explain that the Patriots aren't exactly just the AIs. All of the people working to serve them, the systems and societies in place were all part of one grand system. On some level, they were controlled by something the AIs could manage, but you can't say that they're not the system as well. The Patriots were everything. A system intended to remain steady, functional, and uniform, but at a certain point within that system, war began to propagate. Everything became based on war. Why? For no other reason than that it worked. The same reason an idea spreads or genetic code spreads. If it's good enough, it will survive and propagate. For the purposes of running an efficient system, war was very effective. Zero's intent was to use the Patriots to create a unified world, but the design of the system led to a world divided. Same as ever, just based around an economy controlled by one system rather than independent nation states. A new world without substance. The furthest thing from what the boss would have wanted.
With the American system in a state of collapse, Patriot society has reverted to a blank slate. This man was the source of it all. And he doesn't even realize it. He's completely unaware of the fact that he led the world to the brink of ruin.
Little bit of pot calling the kettle black here. Upon seeing Zero in person, Big Boss's hatred and murderous intent has disappeared. It's leaked out of him like piss. It's too late to ask Zero his perspective on this because his will is locked away. These two men are the only surviving members of the Patriots. Big Boss tries to apply a lot of significance to the name Zero, which sort of works because we're equating life to computer code to information, etc. But we had helped turn 0 into 100 is pretty lame even for this game.
I'm taking it upon myself to send 0 back to nothing.
So's that one. Big Boss pulls the plug and bam, lights out for 0. Naomi told Big Boss that the fox dye Drebin put in Snake was intended to kill Big Boss, Ocelot, and Eva. It keeps happening! And then Big Boss says this.
They did it again. In the end, they're no more than a program. All they can do is repeat the same pattern over and over again.
Kojima, just because you acknowledged it doesn't really make it work. It doesn't bring the theme home. But credit for trying, I suppose. By the way, the new fox dye stopped the old fox dye. Snake is fine. Everything's gonna be just fine. Big Boss keeps talking while Snake carries him to the boss's grave. He asks Snake not to spend the life he has left fighting. At the grave, he admits that the boss was right. He understands her now and then gives a pained salute. He keeps talking for quite a while and then eventually collapses in Snake's arms. Snake lays him down at his grave. He sheds a tear and Snake lights his cigar.
isn't it?
The ending of Metal Gear Solid 4 is colossally divisive, and for good reason. The entire ending is what people remember about Metal Gear Solid 4 and what they talk about when they talk about this game. Every single element of this game is constantly trying to tell you that this is the end. The Metal Gear meme has to be wiped from the face of the earth. This one small group of people have been fucking the world since the Cold War, but that ends now. This is the end of Metal Gear. We know it's not. We know Kojima didn't originally intend to direct this game, and we know that when he did start directing, he did so with the intent of making this game the definitive end of the series as we know it, as it exists under his control. As I see it, there are three choices when deciding how you think Metal Gear Solid 4 should have ended: the real ending, the fake out ending, and Kojima's unused original ending where Snake and Otacon turn themselves in and are executed. The obvious question being, turn themselves into who and for what? This ending was unused due to concerns expressed from his staff. That one, had it been used as the rest of Metal Gear Solid 4 is now, I believe would have been a mistake, but as it is, it's just another incomplete idea. It's a part of a larger, different Metal Gear Solid 4 that we never got, where it might have been a great ending. We just don't know. The real ending to this game is controversial for obvious reasons. If you liked what you thought was the ending, having the game immediately step back and completely change it might rub you the wrong way. Additionally, putting a long segment, largely a monologue, that begins with a twist and then dives into a large info dump explaining how the twist is possible to be true, as well as a number of the other more confusing story elements, right at the end of the story, after the credits, after the player has already been watching way too many cutscenes and has surely mentally checked out by this point, is possibly the biggest and most obvious blunder regarding structure and pacing in a game that has already burned and scattered the book on structure and pacing. For me personally, all of that was burning in the back of my mind, along with my pre-existing belief that this game already focused too much on Big Boss without having him swoop in, reveal himself to be alive, and completely gank the spotlight from the main character, whose story we have been told over and over that this is supposed to be the ending of. That in mind, I hated this ending. I hated that Kojima seemed to have struck gold in the first ending, but then completely yielded to his staff and tacked this nonsense onto the end. Whatever Metal Gear Solid 4 had a chance of accomplishing, it completely tore it down with this one last burning mistake. That was how I felt when I first played this game. That was how I felt before I decided to make this video. Since the first time I played Metal Gear Solid 4, I had held in my greasy heart the belief that the game was a disaster, and that the terrible, terrible ending was the final nail in its coffin. But this game is 10 years old. I checked. The first time I played Metal Gear Solid 4 was a long time ago. People change. A lot. Time and experience define who we are as much as anything else. This game is exactly the same as it was, but I'm a very different person. Between the first time I played Metal Gear Solid 4 and the time that I replayed it in order to construct this video, a close friend of mine who was an artist and someone I greatly admired took his own life. I don't want to get all fucking sappy on you in the last few minutes of your 3-hour Japanese meme game YouTube video essay, but I'll just say that this event is a defining moment in my life. It echoes in every facet of my personality, personal philosophy, goals, and generally how I view the world. It played a large part in defining my sense of self, if you will. Why is that relevant here? Well, mainly it's that when you go through someone you know committing suicide, suddenly the ending that you liked so much where your favorite character kills himself maybe isn't your favorite ending anymore. Maybe, even if it's at the expense of brevity and perhaps even logic, some part of you knows you'd be happier if you knew that old fuck got to walk away and relax for a little while. Oh yeah, I said favorite character. Alright, last chapter of the video pre-closing statement. Solid Snake is the greatest character in video game history.
Boom! Yes, right. Tell me.
Now I know what you're thinking. What about the king? Fair, but consider the following. As a central character in 5 games of distinct presentation and quality, Snake just gets better and better in every way with every passing title. As Shinkawa and Kojima get a better sense of who this character is with every passing game, he evolves from a generic stand-in for the action heroes from Kojima's favorite movies to an industry-defining icon in his own right. From a nervous but talented rookie betrayed by and forced to kill his own boss for seemingly no reason, to a more experienced soldier forced to kill his best friend and his other boss fucking Metal Gear Solid 5, for reasons that now exist but don't make sense to him. By Metal Gear Solid 1, he's a more jaded man with more experience and a famous history, but he still retains some of his simplicity, his aggression and cockiness. Here he watches his best friend die again and learns that he's not quite a normal human being but a clone of the greatest villain he's ever met, and then is forced to kill the closest thing he has to a member of his biological family. By the end of Metal Gear Solid 1, he's made a fugitive from the country he was made to fight for, but his actions are so legendary and the effect these events had on him so dramatic that by Metal Gear Solid 2 he has fully come into his own. This is Solid Snake at his prime, operating independently with his best bud, fighting for his own vision of a better world. His flaws have largely eroded, creating the ultimate glimmering perfect Snake, a character so beloved and so radiantly awesome that Kojima decided you don't get to play as him to make a point that you're not him, you're you. Scrambling the scoreboard and setting himself up for an unwinnable fourth match that he never intended to play, but when the time came, he knew he had to. So Snake is thrust into battle once again. Despite being completely incapable of handling a job of this size and condition, he moves forward anyway. Maybe because he knows it's the right thing to do, or maybe because he doesn't know how to do anything else. And this mission takes everything he has left, what little there is, out of him, and during it, he learns that it's going to end with him dying. By Metal Gear Solid 4, Solid Snake has completely fit in place as Kojima's self-insert. A lot of people like to say that Huey and Otacon are Kojima's self-inserts, and they are, but they're on the opposite side of the same coin as the Snakes. They are all talented men with seemingly no control in their lives, but who seek to gain control anyway. The two of them are led to a fall, and the two of them find their peace, which is why even though Snake and Otacon come from very different worlds, they fit together perfectly. A man on what he understands to be his final mission, one that seems endless and impossible, that he is completing not because someone is making him, but because he can't quite let it go. In a long, ridiculous, brutal mess of a project, Kojima managed to, at least, make one piece of it personal to him. Snake's character arc is completed, past his prime, now no longer someone other people consider a hero, fitting into how he always saw himself, but somehow managing to retain the personality that made him so endearing in the first place. He's a relic of a world that shouldn't exist anymore, and ready to dissolve, to scatter his seeds and let his past actions influence the next generation. He is in every way the embodiment of Kojima's philosophy in designing this game, as he always has been in every video game he's appeared in. I recently read an article containing excerpts from an interview with Kojima, where he explains how his father died when he was very young, and how the theme of fatherhood has become an obsession for him. And with that in mind, the pieces of this ending fall into place. Big Boss being Snake's quote-unquote father has never been anything besides a curse for him. A lot of this final cutscene is clunky and largely unnecessary, but the heart-to-heart from Big Boss to Snake is worth the price of admission. Kojima, carrying his obsession with fatherhood in mind, wrote his self-insert meeting with the closest thing he has to a father, who also happens to be the root of all terror and misery in his life. But for the first time, they're not meeting as enemies on opposite sides of a battlefield, but as men who don't need to fight anymore. If war can turn Big Boss on the boss, Snake on Grey Fox, and Raiden on Solidus, I see no reason why the battle they've been fighting coming to an end wouldn't allow them to meet on good terms. Instead of killing himself for the good of the world, the man who is Snake's greatest enemy in every sense of the word disarms him, hugs him, and tells him he doesn't have to fight anymore. That he respects him not as a son, as a clone of the world's greatest soldier, as a Jinzo Ningen, as someone injected with a virus that turns him into a literal weapon and that will eventually kill him and the entire world. He respects him as a man, which is probably something Snake has never gotten to be. Solid Snake doesn't need to be a product of genes, memes, or scene. He's just himself. A real person with his own sense, his own will. Live however long you can. This isn't the end of Metal Gear. It's not even the end of Kojima's work on Metal Gear. So knowing the direction this series goes after this, maybe this ending falls a little flat these days, and this game can't afford to be letting the parts that do work stop working. But even though this isn't the ending it seemed to be, this as the end of Solid Snake's story has never been changed or undone. So at least we can still feel that. We can appreciate this as a pretty good ending for the greatest character in video game history. Maybe on our second or third playthrough we can actually feel the love in this scene. We can feel happy that Kojima let this man live. We can understand what it means that Kojima wrote his self-insert meeting with his father, and his father saying to him, "It's okay, I respect you, you can stop fighting now." Because if you were writing a story about yourself, wouldn't you want it to have a happy ending?
Oh my fucking god. Yeah, I changed my mind about the ending as well. And it's fine if you do too. And if you want to watch that whole thing, it's called Metal Gear Solid 4 Was a Mistake. It's 3 hours and 26 minutes long. It's a good watch, but I don't know if it's worth watching for 3 hours and 26 minutes. But if nothing else, that bit there I think is extremely poignant and I think is worth watching. Is worth watching for. Yeah, you say it's worth it, Lauren, because you're able to think critically. You bear in mind that most people in this chat room are brain dead big boss clones. You know, they're all homunculi clones that are just listen to what someone else says and then goes and just, all right, I'm giving you shit, chat. It's okay. I mean, if you have 3 hours, then you can watch it. I think the critical close-ups and that video are pretty much all you need to watch. But also, I think it's better to just know the games really well. After this full playthrough is finished, go away and just watch, like, there are lots of good videos that are like, the story of Metal Gear Solid explained, and then just sit and watch all of those, then play the games. Again, I'm serious, do it in this order. Watch those videos, then play the games, then watch the critical close-up videos, and then watch that one. Because I think going into that video with a critical mind really helped me. If I'd watched that video straight after finishing playing it the first time, I probably would hate Metal Gear Solid 4. Whereas I took a long time. It took me 2 plays of this game before I changed my mind on it. When I first played it, I was like, what the fuck? The Patriots were fucking SIGINT, and that fucking stupid bitch who was giving me fucking weird phone calls all the way through Metal Gear Solid 3? What the fuck? You know, like, I came away from it like, huh? Eva's my mom? What? You know, like, all that kind of stuff. I was like, I didn't, you know, I was too critical. I was doing the thing where you look at a thing from a writing class, where you go, oh, this is how you frame a scene. When you watch stuff that is just purely based on how you were taught how to write a dialogue in a scene, or how to frame, compose a shot, when you watch it only from that perspective, everything is shit. Apart from the most hardcore indie movies that win at Sundance. Whereas if you watch things with your heart and just enjoy it for something that you love and the characters that you enjoy doing stuff, I think Metal Gear Solid 4 walks that line very closely. But for me, I think I lean a little more into the side that Metal Gear Solid 4, it is good, and it is a good love story, and you should never play it in one go, because the pacing will kill you. And if you think too hard about some of the links that they make, it does undo a lot of stuff. But you can make your own mind up. Although I really do think the last thing you should ever watch, not like ever, as in the last thing you should watch in all of your plays, is that video. Because it's a good video to really help you frame what the fuck was going on. I still stand by Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3 are goddamn masterpieces. They're like the dream team that were working on these games, and it really fucking shows. Metal Gear Solid 2 is phenomenal to a point where it seems almost supernaturally good. It's able to predict the future to a level that just is a little like, that has to have been a coincidence, but it frightens me. It's such a troll. It's such a ballsy move. I love people that make those ballsy moves and pull that shit off. And Metal Gear Solid 2 is very possibly one of the best games ever, if not the best game ever, just purely based on that alone. It's still not my favorite Metal Gear Solid. Metal Gear Solid 1 is still my favorite Metal Gear. It's not even it's not even its own game. It's a HD remake of Metal Gear 2, but because I love it for my own personal reasons, like I stated when I played it, I love it. Like love. It's not. Love is not a rational thing. And so I can't rationally criticize a lot of this series. But if I really try, 1, 2, and 3 are beyond amazing. And if you look at them more from the side of things, it's like we've been doing all the way through it, that it's kind of an anime, and it's like it's just one of those really good animes with really good cinema elements to it. And Metal Gear Solid 4 plays into the cinema element a lot better than people give it credit. And I don't know why. I don't know why people give it such shit for things like pacing, because the pacing is only bad when you factor in gameplay elements. Now I know it's a video game and we shouldn't be factoring it out, but factor out the gameplay elements and it's like what is it, about 8 hours of cutscenes or something. I think if you just played all those cutscenes through, it would probably be paced really well, and it builds to a crescendo in that last bit there with the fight with Liquid at the end, / Ocelot. It paces really, it crescendos really well to just an amazing moment. And now we know that the ending was originally supposed to be Snake fucking blowing his head away. Or apparently, I guess, Otacon and Snake turning themselves into authorities. I didn't even know that until I saw this video. Again, yeah, I'm glad they didn't do that because it doesn't make any sense. But actually, this ending here, if you remove that big boss exposition dump, because I don't think it's necessary either, but I know why they did it, because Kojima had fans holding guns to his head saying, tell us all the answers, which is why you're forced to have things like, this is why Vamp was Vamp, because people were freaking out and they needed to know every fucking element, and it pisses me off because I fucking hate toxic fandoms, but I totally get why they are this way. And I think that's why the exposition dump is in there. I don't think he wants it in there. I think he knew that if he didn't do that, they wouldn't shut up and leave him alone. Actually, that ending, when you look at it from that perspective, through the lens that this guy just provided us, which is absolutely a lens that I look through a lot of things through. The idea that suicide is suicide bad man, and bad man bad. And it shouldn't be the ending of this fucking guy, and that actually giving him the hope to live and continue on after this game is a much better ending. It really is. If we love this person and we love this series, then he should be able to be free of this thing. Were we not fighting this entire time since basically Metal Gear Peace Walker to just be free of ideals and control? And this game's whole thing was that. So, yeah, that, and then also the fact that, you know, the self-insert of Kojima just having a conversation with his dad, taking that moment to emphasize and explore that for himself is fucking unreal, dude. That's art. Doing stuff like that is how you should be looking at this game, and that's how you should be criticizing it, because we can criticize it as a movie, but we don't often criticize movies as art when we should. And I think when you look, art for me, whenever I've actually done anything, I used to be kind of into art, but paintings and shit, paintings on a wall mean fuck all. But then when you sometimes read why that painting exists, what the artist was thinking and why they created it, suddenly that fucking piece of that doodle on the wall, it has so much depth and meaning behind it and becomes an absolutely fucking stunning thing to enjoy and to think about and to ponder. And I think that's what that last little scene there does. It transforms it from another fucking long cutscene with all this exposition into a little piece of artwork, because the artist is expressing something personal to himself, and I fucking love it. And with that context, that final scene changes, I think, and my opinion changed with it. And I think a lot of my opinion on the game changed with it during my second playthrough when I came to these conclusions myself. That video helped me come to the conclusion about Kojima's dad and that final scene. I didn't know about all of that, and it really helped me to frame that. So I thank that video for that. But I think my first playthrough, I played it quite critically, but my second playthrough, I played it very nostalgically. And when you play it that way, you can truly love this fucking game. And I do. I still stand by Metal Gear Solid 4 being a really, really fucking good game. But I also very much understand the criticisms, and here we go around and round and round. So, let's buy some time for PB to go and make herself a coffee and get ready to stream. That brings us to the end of this. When it comes, I hope that made sense, by the way. The Metal Gear Solid 3, chronologically all the way through to 4, really does sum up pretty much the entire story. The next thing we're going to do is watch Metal Gear 5, just to fucking wrap it up. Like, Metal Gear 5 is like its own weird little thing. there isn't really a lot to spoil in Metal Gear 5 or anything once we've got to this point. I like some of the elements about Metal Gear 5 coming after this because Metal Gear 5 does so many like harkbacks to shit that wouldn't have made sense if we'd played it after Peace Walker. It does a lot of stuff that this game does where it references things now in the future in the chronology that have happened in the game before. So there's no really good place for Metal Gear Solid 5 to be played or watched like we're going to do in the chronology, I don't think. I think if you play it if you play it between Peace Walker and Metal Gear 1, you don't know the relevance for half of the characters that are in it or why they mean anything, and they have no depth because Metal Gear 5 came out last. So you know who some of these characters are that are now in the games later on. And you go, well, the reason I like this character is because I know who that is from, you know, this, and this, or reference from other stuff that's in the future. When you play it chronologically, you lose a lot of the weight behind some of the characters that the game, we have meta knowledge of inside the game. But also chronologically, obviously, it comes between, that's when it sits. So we left Big Boss behind, and now we're going to come back to him here. This is the reason I chose to put it here, though, because this ending brings you back to Big Boss, brings you back to Major Zero, references all of the stuff that was going on to do with the Patriots and all the blah, 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 what they were fighting for, what Big Boss was doing, and I couldn't think of anywhere better to put it, because it's awkward wherever it goes, and I think here is a good place for it to go. So we're going to jump back in time again, go back to 1974 for a minute, and then I think it jumps forward 9 years. And then we'll watch through those things. So it's a little bit of a weird place for it to go, but it kind of gets weird now anyway. Then we do Metal Gear Rising, which I genuinely can't remember what it's about, but I'm really looking forward to playing again. Played it once. I remember just feeling very middle of the road about it by the end of it. I enjoyed the gameplay. I don't think I enjoyed the story, but I also don't think I really paid attention. And then we're done. And then we're officially done with the canonical story. And I'd like to play Twin Snakes for fun at the end. To say that I've done it all the way through, even though apparently I guess I started it once. I don't remember. No Metal Gear survived. There's no fucking point. Waste of time. So, since I just watched basically the entirety of 4, if someone was to only play 1, 2, and 3, would they have a complete experience? Yeah, I'd say so. I really do think I think it's worth playing Peace Walker in there as well. You only need 1, 2, 3, and 4, truly. I really love that we played through all of them though. For me, I got a fucking serious kick out of playing Metal Gear 2 for the first time. Metal Gear 1 and Metal Gear 2 were MSX games that came out in 1987 and 1990, I think. And they just set up Snake, but howdy, Metal Gear 2 is literally like the same game as Metal Gear Solid 1. It's really weird. I really enjoyed it. The only thing it does better than 1, 2, and 3, the MSX games, is set up Big Boss for you as a bad guy. But it doesn't matter. You could absolutely play 1, 2, 3, and then 4. I don't think you need any more. 1 is just a great cinematic experience. 2 is a fucking masterpiece for just 3 or 4 different, very separate and expansive reasons. 3 is these guys putting themselves to the test and making something original. For once. 1 is a rip-off of Metal Gear 2. 2 is a rip-off of itself. 3 is them really trying to make something original and definitive, and I think that is them trying to go, who's the original Big Boss? So what do we... Let's make it original. And it's just really fun. It's James Bond meets Rambo the game, and they did really well. I think most people generally revere it as the best one. And then 4 is just a disgusting nostalgia trip where you just sit and weep and cry and suck your own nads throughout the entire thing. Or get salty at the pacing and shit. But again, like I said, play 1 act a day from the briefing to the final cutscene, and you will, I don't think you'll feel that pacing, that burnout. A lot of people did. Metal Gear Solid 5's gameplay is for sure the best in the series, yeah. For sure. It's just 100 hours to get through to the plot for us. I didn't want to have to... We'd still be playing it now. The series so far was 103 plus 4. We're at roughly 107 hours of streams right now, playing through this series. That's how long Metal Gear 5 is. We'd still be playing it now. And in order to get all of the like, I would have had to sit with a walkthrough up on this screen, hunting certain tapes and cassettes, hunting hidden cutscenes and things, in order for us to get the full experience that I would need for this type of playthrough, which is a narrative run. I want to get all of the fucking cutscenes and the lore and the story. I don't care about the game fucking play. I wasn't trying to speedrun this, you know, I'm trying to just get the story for everyone to enjoy, because that's what I enjoy about it, and I really wanted to share that. And Metal Gear Solid 5 is just such a fucking cunt to deal with, because I really want you to fucking see about it. I don't know where to put it. I don't know where to play the fucking movie. I don't know whether I should play the actual game. It's a nightmare to deal with. It's a shame, but either way, you are right though. The game itself is legitimate. It's really good. It won like an award or a few things, shit like that, which I think was deserved for a gameplay game. The gameplay of the game. Metal Gear Acid games were weird but fun. Yeah, I played them, Keto-san. I had them on the PSP, and they're really good, but they're non-canon, and so they're a waste of time. Portable Ops is it feels like a like Ocelot's time. It's an Ocelot-based moment, but all it does is just tell you where he is. Like, where was Ocelot during this time? There. There's no point in fucking playing that either. There's no story to it, and it wasn't headed up by Kojima, so fuck that game. And Solo just came in and I got confused. Right, yeah. I mean, it's a confusing series. It is. And I think it's more confusing when you don't play it chronologically, which is strange now that we've been playing, because we've been playing it through chronologically. Anyone that has been just on this journey with almost no knowledge all the way through it, I think probably has a better idea of what the fuck is going on than any of the rest of us that were just playing it from whatever game you came in on. They jump all over the place. The first game is Solid Snake, then Solid Snake, then Solid Snake, then Raiden, then Big Boss, then Solid Snake, then Big Boss, then Big Boss. What the fuck? It's a nightmare. You're all over the place, the times and everything. You're already trying to juggle so many things. All this weird fringe technology, all the fucking pseudoscience, the PTSD, the child soldier, the trauma, the war. Then you've got to juggle the clones. Who's a clone? What's going on? Why do they all sound the same? The game is purposefully doing stuff like fucking throwing red herrings at you in twisty loops. It doesn't reveal who Big Boss is to you in the fucking Metal Gear Solid 3 for ages. I thought I was playing a Solid Snake. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? How is he an old man in 1964? What the fuck is going on? How is he like fucking, how old is he? Like 30 in that? I'm like, what the fuck? How's it possible? You know, it fucks with you on purpose, on top of the fact it's convoluted, it's bloated, it's mental. It's really fucking hard to follow, but actually the story's pretty simple when you condense it down. The boss trained Big Boss. He tells it, PB, don't listen anymore if you're listening. You'll be able to enjoy this. The boss trains Big Boss. At the end of her time, the boss suddenly realizes what the fuck. She's like, what are all of us fucking doing, man? Everyone fucking, she's had to do this. Basically, she sees the world without any borders on it from space. And she's like, what have I been doing my fucking whole life, man? Fighting for this fucking country, killing people, until she's eventually forced to kill her own fucking lover. The father of her son, who, yes, is Ocelot. Ocelot is snatched up and taken away by the Patriots or whatever, the Wiseman's Committee or whoever the fuck takes him away at the time. Then he tells Big Boss all this stuff, and Big Boss goes, "You're right. Why are soldiers fighting for all these fucking things? I'm gonna make a world where soldiers..." Because he starts to think, once you're a soldier, you're stuck, man. It's over for you. Once you've done the things that a soldier has to do for their country, for their fucking boss, for their ideals, for whatever fucking nation or whatever the fuck, you never leave. You're dead. You're a ghost. You're a beast. You're stuck now. So once you're on that battlefield and you can't leave, you're forced now to endlessly fucking fight and kill and be beholden to all these presidents and nations and fucking whatever. The Big Boss sees what the boss says. He says it on a much more global scale, I think. He sees it on a soldier scale, so he starts to fucking create a world where soldiers are free of those controls. He goes against the Patriots, who are the world and the governments that are established, and becomes a fucking terrorist, basically trying to create this place for these soldiers. Picks up people like Frank Yeager, Grey Fox, and says, "Listen, you see, it's too late. You're a soldier. This is it. You're in the world as a fucking a soldier now, and I'm gonna provide you with a home." He takes all of these fucking war orphans and all these fucking soldiers that have nowhere to go once their fucking mission is complete, and he creates his own army without borders, without ideals. They're a PMC basically, but they're not beholden to a nationality. And then and then that's when Snake and Foxhound and everyone comes in. Snake basically treads in his footsteps to a degree. Liquid tries to pick up a similar thing. He tries to continue what the fucking boss is doing. Snake stops him. Snake is trying to do what's right. He's trying to free everybody, but Snake and then Raiden, the same thing with Solidus. Raiden runs in, and Solidus is trying to do a similar thing. Solidus is trying to prevent the Patriots and trying to fucking trying to create the heaven, the outer haven for these soldiers and for the people and stuff. The Patriots are trying to establish a world control underneath a single AI that's able to regulate and control everybody. Control all from the flow of information all the way down to your own fucking emotions that you're feeling. Cue Metal Gear Solid 4. Raiden has accidentally unleashed this fucking thing by just trying to do the right thing with Snake and everybody. And now you get this fucking Liquid Ocelot thing that's trying to fucking take control of this thing that over all the years has been built up originally by the boss's ideal, twisted by Big Boss's ideal. Big Boss and Zero split up and had a fucking right old fucking Barney, bit of Barney trouble. Zero did his version, Boss did his version. Zero's version turns into the fucking Patriots, which Skynet the fucking world. Big Boss and him butt heads a lot over it. Then Big Boss is taken out of the picture. Zero is taken out of the picture, and this fucking thing goes mental. So now this thing is running rampant. It's about to take over the world. Liquid Ocelot takes Liquid's arm, the nanomachines, and all that shit. Twists his own psyche to believe that he is Liquid, so that he can trick the AI into thinking he's Liquid, so that he can then get Big Boss's DNA and body and shit to unlock the fucking Patriot system, so that he has access and control over the system. He takes the fucking system over. It is weirdly successful in world peace, but it's still under the control of this fucking terrorist, because Liquid's not a good guy, really. Arguably, if it was under the control of Big Boss, maybe even Zero or someone, it wouldn't have been too bad. But Ocelot is actually doing all this stuff. And he's in a win-win position, right? Ocelot, at the end of that. Either Snake and Co. stop him, and the world is reduced once again to a blank slate. Everything is wiped clean, and they're free. All that control is over, and everyone can be free once again. Or he wins, and Snake and Co. don't stop him, and now he's in control of the world. It's win-win. It's fucking amazing. Ocelot's whole thing, though, remember, go back to Metal Gear Solid 3. Was he not obsessed with Big Boss? Did he not fucking love him? Everything he's ever done is just to be fucking... Like, is he working for the Patriots? Is he working for Big Boss? He fucking loves Big Boss, man. So he sees Big Boss's plan through. He does it. He frees the soldiers, everyone, from that control, from their ideals, from the nation. Everyone is obsessed with Big Boss. Everyone. But Ocelot the most. But he's successful. Big Boss's twisted version of the boss's ideals in Metal Gear Solid 3 are completed in the end by the man who represents both the boss and someone who loves him and his own son in Liquid, kinda. And all together, with all the clones, with everyone, with all this bullshit going on, they successfully see through the boss's ideals, kinda. It's great. And honestly, when I was playing Metal Gear Solid 3, I'm just playing it going, man, Ocelot fucking loves Big Boss. And you see it through that game. So good. It's so simple. It is simple. That is as simple as I can make it. For a game that we've been playing for all those hours with that much complex, convoluted, twisty-turny plot, it's bogged down by all these details that you're trying to hold in your head, but really you don't need to. There's only a few major players. Did Ocelot kiss you during the fight? No, I didn't want to let him. So there's a point in that fight, if you let him, when he was like strangling me and my life was going down and I had to hit L sideways, you can leave him and he grabs you and goes, mwah. But I was on low life. I'm amazed I did that first time, that fight. Honestly. I'm amazed. Anyway, I fucking love this game. It's not all about like even piecing together the story, because the first time I played all of these games, I didn't know what the fuck was happening at any point, and yet I still come out of them with the same amount of love as I feel for them now, knowing all of the story, everything that's happening. They're just so well made. I'm such a big fan of them. I think they're so fucking good, and it makes me feel sad when I know people haven't played them or don't know what they're about. They just think it's a meme. They're like, oh yeah, oh no, my ass cheeks clapped. The fucking memes and shit. They think he's a fucking Smash Bros character. And I'm like, oh man, you don't understand how good these are. And obviously in the most recent few years, a lot of people have been criticizing it since Metal Gear 4. Metal Gear Solid 5, the fucking Survive game that I didn't even bother playing. Good grief. Good grief. What's up, Killykind? Battle hardened by the MGS fight. Yeah, I guess so. I was really tired that day. That Rex and Liquid fight shouldn't have taken me as long as it did. It's my one... There are two things that have gone wrong in this playthrough. One, fucking PS Now cucking me. PS Now fucking thing coming up. Ding dong, you still there? Yes, it's a fucking cutscene, you cunt. Fuck off. And it fucking spazzed the OBS. Super annoying. I didn't know. The one time I was like doing something else as well. For the most part, I've been sat here. Like everyone thinks I fuck off and go and take a piss and shit, which I've done a couple times. I was actually sat here, but I was monitoring it too. I just wasn't monitoring it on OBS. I'm watching this screen, and I had my fucking headphones down here. God damn. I don't think you can turn it off. No, I looked into it. It just doesn't seem to be an option that you can turn off. There's no settings in PS Now. It's weird. I hate it. I hate it so much. The other stain on this playthrough for me has been was the Rex and Liquid fight in Metal Gear Solid. I was just so tired that day. I was on like 3 hours sleep, and I went into that stream like, ah. And they're not easy fights. And the Rex fight I don't remember being that difficult, but the fucking Liquid fight I have always struggled with. Now this one, Metal Gear Solid 4, I always thought was the hardest one, but now I don't think so, because I did it really well today. Oh, Volgin was hard. Volgan was hard, but it wasn't a stain. I think Volgan's just genuinely a really difficult part of the game. The Volgan fight, really difficult. Liquid fight, difficult, but shouldn't have been as difficult as I made it. I made a right meal out of that one. And this MGS4 fight, I remember being a lot more difficult. Although, I think I was real close with this fight. There were several times where I was like, no way. No way. I don't see the Volgan fight as a stain, though. I enjoyed that fight. Fine. It didn't seem like you was having fun. Oh, I was not having fun during the Liquid fight. No. Because I was just waiting to get it done. I was really tired. I didn't want to fucking waste any time. You know? I don't like wasting time when I'm trying to just achieve something. And it's not just for my playthrough. I'm trying to achieve it on your behalf as well. Some of you are sitting there like, he said it's going to be an hour and then the game's done, you know? I get really anxious about it. That doubles up the fucking thing. I played MGS, MGS2, MGS when I was 14 years old, and it was such a great, confusing experience, especially that I'm not an English native, playing it and then watching the translation on the internet after every cutscene. Wait, you didn't have like your localized version? I thought it was localized to almost every language. Wax Jan. Still, doesn't matter, man. The game's so good, right? I mean, I think I was about 14, 15 when I played Metal Gear Solid as well. So, no Polish version? Damn, okay. That sucks. I've heard the German version of Metal Gear Solid is honestly legit. What's up, Nami? What's up, Brian? Have you seen the movie where they put all the cutscenes in order? I like watching those for Final Fantasy. That's what we're doing tomorrow, Brian. That's what we're doing for Metal Gear Solid 5. The good thing about Metal Gear Solid 5 is that there is no fucking, like, no exposition during the gameplay. Like, none. I'll be very surprised, and we'll make a tally as to how many times we actually see gameplay during this Metal Gear Solid 5 movie. Because all of the exposition is hidden in tapes and cutscenes and stuff. We'll see. We'll see. Now, Metal Gear Solid 5 for me is something I've only played through once. I definitely didn't unlock everything. So I'm very interested. I think probably I'm going to be right there with you for a lot of this watch along tomorrow, where I'm learning some stuff too. Yeah. Metal Gear Solid 5 and no PS Now. Yeah. I'm going to set up the thing here. And I think what I'm going to do, honestly, is just hit play and just join you in the chat for it. And just watch along with you. And we'll just sit together. Because if I pause it and interrupt it and stuff, it's going to make it so much longer than it needs to be. I think if I feel like I need to pause it and discuss something, I probably will. But I think I'm just going to hit play it and then I'll join you in the chat. And we'll watch it together like that instead of me talking over it or anything. And we'll just watch it through. And I don't know. I can't promise whether it's going to be annoying or weird or wrong to watch it without playing the game. I've played the game, so I feel fine doing it, but yeah. That sounds solid. Get her out of here. Get her out of here for that pun. I wonder how Liquid sounds in German, right? And Snake. I mean, Snake is like, Otacon, we're not gonna make it. Brother, it's been too long, you know. In the Middle East, we hunted jackals. Whatever he says. Cam Clark and David Hayter are obviously not doing the German version, but I've heard that they're very good. That's the thing. And it'll be tomorrow. It's at 2 in the afternoon UK or 9 Eastern, whatever time that is for you. Yeah, I don't know, man. We're going to have to just really go and watch like 5 hours a day, basically. It's going to be 5 hours tomorrow. I guess. I have to somehow, this weekend, do so much stuff. I have to somehow, obviously I do 2 streams. And somewhere in there I have to plan a D&D, which is vaguely planned, but I really need to work out some stuff for this one, because I think it might be a big episode of Dying Order on Sunday, so... Oh, that fight as well. Like, I was too busy fucking fighting him, but I love how it goes through each one. So your fighting style changes in each of those fights with Liquid Ocelot as well, just for the record. It starts up, you get the Liquid and Solid Snake life bars from Metal Gear Solid 1, and your fight style is the same as from Metal Gear Solid 1. And in Metal Gear Solid 2, your fight style changes up and the bars change. In Metal Gear, in the version where you're in Metal Gear Solid 3 and this song is playing, you're in CQC mode. And I was trying to do it at the beginning. He was kicking my ass, but you can counter him in the same way you can counter the box. In the fight with the boss in Metal Gear Solid 3, she'll do stuff. Remember when the exclamation point comes up above your head? You can hit the left stick and triangle, and he will counter her CQC. And you can do it there, and I know you can. I just couldn't do it. I was really trying. And then in the fourth one, it's just old Snake punching. You just have to fucking punch. There's really 3 phases of the 4 that matter. I remember them all being difficult for their own different reasons. Each of the movesets changes up. The music changes. The life bar changes. I think it's wonderful. I'm a big fan of that final fight with him, as much as it's really difficult to do. There's the fucking thing where you have to crawl through the bastarding thing, and I'm like fucking here with this. I didn't watch any of it. I was sitting there with the spoon. It makes your arm hurt. You're sitting there just in as much pain as him, watching Naomi bang on about how she's a fucking hacker now. Shit like that is what's annoying about Metal Gear Solid 4. How like Naomi, who was a genetic physicist or whatever, is now a fucking world-renowned hacker who's as good as Sonny apparently, which is mental. They use Emmerich's thing, and then Naomi adds to it, and then Sonny adds to it. Stuff like that is kind of annoying. Which I understand. Naomi is 4chan. Yeah, but it doesn't annoy me as much as it should and would probably if I didn't love the series as much as I did. If I didn't love the series and I just played them through now, didn't care, and none of it meant anything to me, and I wasn't interested in it very much, and I was just playing it very casually because everyone told me to, I'd be like, fuck that whole fucking game. I probably would. It's really annoying to do stuff like have Naomi suddenly be like a hacker, or, you know, like a mantis was forced into this woman's mind. No, just leave him being weird. Just leave some of the supernatural elements. We don't need science for all of them. What are you going to do? I'm not that bothered by it. The good far outweighs the bad for me with the game. That's how I was until this playthrough, right? That's how I was till my second playthrough as well. My second playthrough, I almost begrudgingly put it on the first time. I remember being like, oh, I don't know if I can be bothered. And I put it on and was like, you know what? That's awesome. And I was sitting there fucking feeling sad. I played it in my first apartment that me and Emma moved into. I played them all through. I remember where I was sat playing through them on the little sofa that was in the old World of the Orange videos, playing them on the TV, and just changing my mind, man. Sitting there changing my mind, playing that whole game through by the end of it. I don't know if it was because I had an older mind. Like when I first played it, I was still quite a kid. I was very, very wrapped up in my own bullshit. At 21 or whenever I said how old I was. 2008. Yeah, I was a very different person between 21 and 25. Probably around the amount of time it was between my 2 plays of it. Before this one. And now I'm probably quite a different person. I feel closer to the version of me that was 25 than the one that was 20 though, so maybe that's why I still appreciate it as much as I do. The eggs are symbolic. Yeah, I think they represent Liquid and Solid Snake. Like Act 1, there's 1, then there's or like 2, and then they become 1 egg or something. I think they mean something, but I can't remember what they are. Can't be bothered. Think about it. Probably look it up right now and find out in 1 second. But we're done. Bothered. Tired. I'm tired. Ah! Let me jump. Oh, did I miss a couple of others? I think I missed Hannah, didn't I? You still here?
No.
Hannah, thanks for the 13 months if you're still here. Appreciate you, bro. Insanetia. Insanetia. It's a me. Insanetia. You can tell how tired I am. Thanks for the 17. This timed out pretty well as well, actually. I didn't know whether I was going to be finishing like 2 hours early or 2 hours late. I thought I kind of accounted for having to do the liquid ocelot fight at the end about 17 times. A failure, but what are you gonna do? Is PB live yet? Because I need to raid in and watch the Chrono Cross and take a rest. And we're gonna carry on playing Suikoden tonight. I'm turning my fucking alerts off for Suikoden from now on. I think. Can I do that? Can I mute them in Streamlabs? I wonder. I don't know. All right. Everybody. This brings us to the end of the stream. What a great fucking game. What a great game. And I'm glad that you guys were into it as much as I am into it. You know, we've still got some ways to go. It's not over yet, and I'll see you tomorrow as we carry on with The Phantom Pain.
We pulling money, recruits, just to combat Cypher. Rubbing our noses in bloody battlefield dirt. All for revenge. All for revenge.
Thank you so much for hanging out, boys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Fire Frosty, thanks for the 26th month. Tomorrow we wrap up all of the loose ends before diving into the last game in the official chronology. As far as it's concerned, it's done.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer.
Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'll be back tonight with Suikoden in 4 hours. If you want to watch that, if not, I'll see you tomorrow.
Even my fingers.
For the beginning of an actual 9.5 hour cutscene. My God.
The comrades I've lost.
But remember, my boy's back. Sexy Kazuhira Miller. We get to see him. We get to hear him. And I couldn't be more excited. If there's one thing I love about this game,
make him give back our past.
It's my boy. See you tomorrow, boys. Thank you so much. Goodbye.